Hello and welcome to
The Fresh Cut!
I'm Noah Parker.
And I'm Aaron Donovan.
Wow.
I didn't do it that time.
I know, I'm so proud of you.
It's just because it's a special occasion.
How so?
It's a very special person's birthday, and right now I'm behaving.
That's all it takes?
Well, it has to be a special person's birthday.
I'm Curtis Booher, and I'm here as your guest tonight.
Wow. It's a pretty good impression.
Thank you. I'm just kidding. I'm not Curtis Booher.
And that's all we have tonight.
That's the show. No, I'm Maggie Booher. And it's my birthday.
And she chose to be here, of all places.
We stuck her in the basement of the comm building. She's in a boot. We could hear her walking down. We being Gibson Mills. He loved the Fresh Cut so much he just couldn't have enough. But in all actuality, he had to get a car and we'll be coming back later. Hopefully, maybe they're listening in the car.
I doubt it. But if you are, hello, Mr. Mills.
Hello, Mr. Mills. I'm a big fan of your son. And
I'm a big fan of your wife.
Yeah, also Dr. Mills. Wow.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
And that's the show.
This has just been a Mills appreciation episode. You have to appreciate a Mills.
Oh, well, I'll go for the hipster pick. Cooper's cool.
I love Cooper.
I worked with Cooper. We were janitors one summer for this college that we record this at.
He got me a birthday card today, and it was for a grandma. Like,
Aww.
it says, to my grandma. I thought it was awesome. Thanks, Cooper.
It's the little things in life.
We appreciate grandmas.
That's true.
I'm going to my grandma's for spring break.
With my boot, my mama was worried that I wouldn't be able to walk, so she gave me her cane. So I've been walking around campus with a cane and a boot on my birthday because memories.
My umbrella kind of looks like a cane, so I tend to walk with it like a cane because it's pretty long, so not walking with it like a cane feels more awkward because I'm just holding this very long umbrella.
Do you also sing while you do it and find random puddles that weren't there before, but now they are, to jump in and then dance and tap at some point?
Yes and no.
But to which? That's the real question.
And it will never be answered until our 100th episode special.
Well, we invite every guest we've ever had ever, and they have to come. Amy Long's going to fly back from the UK.
Amy Long's been on several times, so we'll have to clone her.
Every version of Amy Long that's been on our show.
Isn't she coming back soon?
She's coming back next week with a very special guest.
That's right. We finally nabbed him, Jimmy Carter, right on our show.
What?
Our greatest ex-president.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I was watching, so I love Ellen DeGeneres. She's the love of my life.
Sorry,
But
Gibson Mills.
sorry. But apparently she's had this girl named Macy Hensley on her show, and she's like this presidential expert. She was 5. She's so cute. She's from Kansas. And she was talking about, who was it? Was it John Quincy Adams or someone that had a Quincy in his name?
I think
I think we only have the one president with Quincy in his name.
But apparently he swam naked in the Pontiac, some kind of river, and she said it's so cute.
In the Pontiac.
I don't know what it's called, but I loved her. I want to have her as my child.
Well, first of all the presidents swim naked in every U.S. river. It's part of the job. And second of all, a lot of non-presidents probably do too. It's very disturbing. That's my conspiracy theory for today, Aaron. Gotta start on a good note.
the only fun facts I know about presidents, I'm gonna you gave me a segue, but I want to say this because in 8th grade we took U.S. History 1, and my teacher legitimately hated me. We can discuss on it. Well, I did I don't know, I forgot the word experiments. I did, like, experiments with her to, like, see, like, if I did nothing wrong, she would still yell at me. She did, like, repeatedly. Okay. So I never listened in class. That's why I'm telling you this. But there was a poster of all the U.S. presidents, so I just stared at John, like, nonstop. And I realized that the first time Howard Taft was president, he had a double chin. Then he's the only U.S. president to have 2 non-consecutive terms. But the second time he was U.S. president, he had a triple chin.
Wow.
You paid more attention those classes than I did.
Also, we only talked about really the War of 1812. We didn't finish our curriculum, so when I got to high school.
Sounds like you barely started.
My 9th grade U.S. history teacher, U.S. history 2, was like, who had Mrs. I'm not going to give her last name out, just in case she's going to come back and yell at me again. And he was like, you guys didn't finish what you were supposed to. But one time she got toilet paper stuck. I know why she hated me. One time she got toilet paper stuck in her dress, her all-velvet outfit, and I didn't know that happened in real life, and I laughed at her so hard, like, for a very long time.
Fun fact, all U.S. presidents actually get toilet paper stuck in their velvet dresses.
It's a part of the job.
It's the only part of the job. That's why they have so many branches of government. President can just do what they want.
I would pay so much money to see Trump in an all-velvet outfit.
An all-velvet?
That's what she was wearing. A velvet. I don't know if it was a dress. I think it was a skirt, but she had a velvet jacket, a velvet top, and a velvet skirt. And when she realized, she said, "Oh, not again." Because she had worn the all-velvet outfit the year prior and had gotten toilet paper stuck in the same outfit the year before.
That's awesome.
But the year before, no one told her. Everyone was too afraid. But I saw it, and I just laughed at her. And after that, she hated me.
What a legacy.
She was 412 years old when I had her. She's still teaching there.
Wow.
So she's 400. Let's see. I was in 8th grade. 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 11, 12, 13, 7 years ago. Noah, 12 plus 7.
I'm not doing all your math for you.
No,
That's
that was
easy.
I
You just
know.
Okay, so you're gonna ignore the 1 and the 12, and you're just gonna focus on the last
I
digits.
just wanted to make a joke about you being a math major.
But I need to know you can add 7 to 12.
I hate math.
You took statistics.
Oh, let's not bring it up. That's my toilet paper moment.
And on that
There's
note,
a lot more fun math than statistics, though.
geometry.
I hate.
What?
I hate all
No
math.
one says that.
Like,
Geometry was the only math I was ever good at and I actually enjoyed.
I hate all math.
So imagine you're adding 7 circles to 12 circles. How many circles are there?
I want to leave this unanswered just because I can see the stress
I don't
in your
think that's-
eyes.
I'm very concerned.
I kind of tuned you all out because I was hearing something about math and I was just like, no.
19. It's 19.
Okay, thank you. Oh my
I
gosh.
can do it, but
Were you counting it that whole
Are you
time?
No.
still? Were you?
I can do basic math, but Noah was visibly stressed, so I just wanted to see. Then I just realized I looked stupid, but
It's I go to work and people are like, "Oh, I don't know my times tables." And I was like, "You don't know your times tables?"
I did struggle with the 3 times.
Even
table
to
in
10
third
maybe?
grade. It
So
took
for
me-
all you ladies out there, know your times tables if you ever want to come up with Noah.
Well, you probably shouldn't. I'm actually married. But
Just kidding. Don't do that.
Maggie's face just dropped.
My bad. The show's over. Happy birthday.
but
To me.
I would still like all those ladies out there to know their times tables.
Get an education.
Listen in class. Learn about the War of 1812.
Learn
no further.
that. I almost made a political. All right. Moving on. We're going to discuss Osama bin Laden conspiracy theories tonight. So today my sister posted one Osama bin Laden conspiracy theory on her Finsta, and I decided I want to do some research on this. So I read most of this article,
Ooh.
which is the most I've ever done, before the show tonight. It's from Wikipedia.
Ooh, that's good. So you can quote it verbatim and no one will know because it might have changed by the time they look it up.
I'll change it to by the time after the show just so I can quote it verbatim. It's from the article Osama bin Laden Death Conspiracy Theories from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia.
And that is an all-time classic Wikipedia article.
I'm going to derail just a little bit further. When I was in 8th grade, still, everything happened when I was in 8th grade. My high school or my school district has a page. And the kid that went on to become our class president in high school for all 4 years changed like all the information on our Wikipedia page and like to bad things, which I thought was very funny, but he got in so much trouble. And I still admire him for that.
Wow.
All right. So Osama bin Laden. So everyone hopefully maybe kind of knows that Osama bin Laden is dead.
What?
Maggie just stomps out of the room. Do you hear her?
That's the boot.
Oh my gosh. I see her out the window. She's cutting her ears off. She never wants to hear another fact again.
Lo siento. Spanish major. So on May 6th, it was reported that by an Al-Qaeda website that was the first time they acknowledged bin Laden's death. Then on May 11th, a Republican senator and Senate Armed Service Committee member Jim Inhofe, I-N-H-O-F-E, Patrick Klein's dad, if you're listening, or anyone else's. How do you pronounce
Anybody's
that?
dad. How do you pronounce this?
I-N-H-O-F-E, stated that he viewed gruesome photographs of bin Laden's corpse and later confirmed that the body was him, adding, "He's history." Everything I'm reading about this, like, everyone's super extra aggressive. Just gonna put that out there. But there's some conspiracy theories about it. Basically because there's a lack of physical evidence that this actually ever happened. The U.S. government has refused to provide any physical evidence to support this claim. And, like, multiple people have requested information about it through an act, Freedom of Information Act. If you've taken common law, you've at least heard of that. They didn't give it to the public, journalists, or independent third parties who requested the information.
Which is weird because usually the government posts the terrorist assassination videos on Vimeo.
On WorldStar. So everyone's like, okay, you said this happened, but prove it. And they took it to court, and the U.S. federal judge decided in the case Judicial Watch versus U.S. Department of Defense said the Department of Defense did not need to release any evidence to the public. So to go even further, they decided to bury bin Laden at sea.
That's awesome. It's like a Hemingway book.
I wish Gibson was here.
He does. I don't think he likes Hemingway.
Oh, I thought he did. Well,
I'm sure bin Laden did.
They said that he had to be buried at sea because arrangements could not be made with any country to bury him within 24 hours, as dictated by Muslim practice. But people pushed back on that because in the past, the U.S. has not followed Muslim practice. The bodies of Uday Hussein and Qusay Hussein, they were the sons of Saddam Hussein, were held for 11 days before being released for burial. So all of a sudden, the U.S. started being really nice, but being really nice to Osama bin Laden? Question mark. But also, several Iraqi cities were reluctant to grant a gravesite for Saddam Hussein's sons, which is maybe some reason why it took so long. The claim for why they did it at sea was for Muslim practice and also to prevent a terrorist shrine to him. So here are the theories about what actually happened to Osama bin Laden. The first one is in Pakistan. There's senior Pakistani officials. I'm quoting them. I'm not paraphrasing, but just because I love what this person wrote. Senior Pakistani officials disseminated the theory that everything is just so aggressive surrounding this man's death, that no firefight ever took place, and whoever U.S. forces captured, they executed inside the compound, took his body away on a helicopter. Hamid Gol, who is the former head of Pakistan's Inner Service Intelligence, was interviewed by CNN and said that he believed bin Laden had died many years ago and that the official death story given out by the American media was a hoax. So this is like
what?
Like a big guy. It's not just like some guy.
I mean, we don't listen to people just based on how big they are.
Speak for yourself.
This is not some rando on the internet.
All truth comes from Santa Claus.
Your point?
This is the head of Pakistan's Inner Services Intelligence, former head. I realize I put those words out of order. He also thinks that the American government knew about bin Laden's death for years, and, quote, they must have known he died some years ago, so they were waiting. They were keeping the story on ice, and they were looking for an appropriate moment, and it couldn't be a better moment because President Obama had to fight off his first salvo in next year's election as he runs for the presidential and for the White House, and I think it is a very appropriate time to come out, bring this out of the closet, end quote. I don't think English was his first language, which is why that's an awkward quote.
Bring the what out of the closet?
Bring this out of the closet.
Bring this. I don't want. I was hearing like the hat out of the closet. I was like, what?
I thought you just said come out of the closet. And I was like, that's a weird reason to, but.
There was another scenario which was reported in an article in the Urdu newspaper. That's not in English. ASAF, which quoted military sources as saying, quote, bin Laden has been killed somewhere else, but since the U.S. intends to extend the Afghan war into Pakistan and accuse Pakistan and obtain a permit for its military entry into this country, it has devised the brackets, assassination brackets, scenario, end quote. Bashir Qureshi, English is my first language, I'm sorry for butchering all these names, lived close to the compound where bin Laden was shot and whose windows were blown out in the raid, was dismissive. Quote, nobody believes it. We've never seen any Arabs around here. He was not here, end quote. So that's the theory about Pakistan. Next
Bin Laden actually just slipped and fell off into a ravine from a banana peel, and that wasn't gruesome enough for the U.S. government, so they didn't want to report it until they thought of a better story.
But he had a life alert, and he said, help, I've fallen and I can't get up. And the U.S. was like, no. He denied the call.
Yeah, the government doesn't want us to know that life alert will fail you if you're deemed a threat to the world.
That's in the very fine print. The next theory is in Iran. A number of Iranians said that they believe that bin Laden was working with the U.S. during the entire war on terror. Ismaili Qasari, who is an Iranian MP. I don't actually know what MP is. Please don't call in and ask.
What?
An Iranian MP. I bet Gibbs
Mario Party.
The banana peel comes back.
It's Mario Kart.
There's not bananas in Mario Party? I thought there was.
That's Mario Kart, I think.
But I thought there also was there was a game. I don't know why I went to an obscure game on Mario Party instead
Like
of Mario
one of the
Kart.
mini games? Yeah. I'm sure there is. Fine.
Wait, is it NP or MP?
Letter M.
NP is Noah Parker. I don't think that's it.
An Iranian Noah Parker said, Iranian MP said...
I'm just getting MP3s. Oh, wait, no. A list of MPs elected. I guess members of parliament.
Okay.
Ooh.
So now you're learning real facts along with the conspiracy theories. Said that bin Laden, quote, was just a puppet controlled by the Zionist regime in order to present a violent image of Islam, in order to present a violent image of Islam after the September 11 attacks, end quote, and that his death, quote, reflects the passing of a temporary U.S. pawn and symbolizes the end of one era and the beginning of another in American policy in the region.
What a burn.
That would get snaps at a poetry slam. Another member of parliament, Javad, oh my gosh.
Maybe we rethink the articles we're going to read in the future, Aaron.
I want to be able to do this. Javad Jahan Jigazardeh, Jahangirzadeh, said that he believed it was the U.S. that carried out the terrorist attacks. Bush did 9/11, referred to last season. And that bin Laden was the main source of the help. He stated, quote, the West has been very pleased with bin Laden's operation in recent years. Now the West was forced to kill him in order to prevent a possible leak of information he had, information more precious than gold, end quote. He didn't need to add more information more precious than gold. Everything is aggressive surrounding this man's death. That's my conspiracy theory. Iranian President Ahmadinejad.
You could just paraphrase it, though. You could have just said the Iranian president.
Well, I want to prove which one. This might change by the time they go back. So, whatever. Said, quote, I have exact information that bin Laden was held by the American military for some time. Until the day they killed him, he was prisoner held by them in a live interview on Iranian state television. So it
was on TV?
on live TV.
What?
Well, I guess that must be it then.
This is my favorite. In Turkey, Burkin Yaşar, a Turkish politician, stated that bin Laden died of natural causes on June 26, 2006, and was buried. The Americans, he claims, dug out bin Laden's body and displayed it, falsely telling the world he was killed in an assault. That's it. One sentence. This is what Kylie posted on her Finsta, and I was like, I want to research this.
Is gunfire a natural cause?
When the wind shoots the gun.
When a turtle steps on the trigger. And the bullet ricochets.
Off of a tornado. This is a long one from Seymour Hersh. On May 21st, 2015, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Seymour Hersh published a 10,000-word report, which later was turned into a book, The Killing of Osama bin Laden, and it challenged most aspects of the official account of Osama's death. Among other things, it claimed that the Pakistani Inner Services Intelligence kept bin Laden under house arrest at Abbottabad since 2006, and that when the U.S. discovered that the Pakistani Army chief and ISI director, I'm skipping names, no, you're welcome.
White privilege over here.
That's it, folks. I have to go to Pakistan and Iran now.
I gotta learn some names.
I have to get rid of this privilege. Discovered, and now we've lost track of what we said, that they kept bin Laden under house arrest since 2006, and that the U.S. discovered that the Pakistani Army chief and ISI director helped the U.S. in the killing, not capturing bin Laden. Hersh's U.S. and Pakistani intelligence sources stated that the U.S. learned of Osama bin Laden's location through a walk-in, a former ISI officer who came to the U.S. Embassy in 2010 and was seeking $25 million reward, and not through tracking and courier. I don't know what that means. The claim had been reported previously by R.J. Hillhouse and was confirmed afterwards by NBC News. The White House has denied Hersh's report. Pakistani journalist Ahmed Rashid, thank you for that softball, in the New York Review of Books, finds the cooperation between the CIA and the ISI that Hersh describes as inconceivable, partly because in 2011, the worst year in U.S.-Pakistan relations since the late 1980s, quote, and that the, quote, hatred and mistrust, end quote, between the CIA and ISI was acute, something that Hersh does not mention in his article or book. Among the incidents that occurred in Pakistan in the months before the killing of bin Laden were the killing of 2 Pakistanis by a CIA contractor, numerous death threats against the Islamabad CIA station chief after his name was leaked, purportedly by the ISI. Then there's a lot of other things that are starting to get boring, but the relations were not good. Further adding to the implausibility, another good word, thank you Wikipedia, of Hersh's theory, according to Rashid, is the unlikeliness that either the U.S. would have calmly accepted Pakistan's hiding/protecting bin Laden, or that the dozens of Pakistani military, police, fire, and bureaucrats whose silence/complicity would have been required for a successful conspiracy would have cooperated with the American incursion. So Andrew Anthony of The Guardian called Hersh's theories forceful but unconvincing. These are just more reviews. This is my second favorite theory from the internet.
Classic.
Facebook groups formed discussing a rumor which has been dubbed the death hoax. Some blogs theorize that the raid and killing were faked in a conspiracy theory to attempt to deflect questions about President Obama's citizenship, or to boost Obama's approval ratings and guarantee his popularity during the 2012 U.S. presidential election.
Fun fact. Every U.S. president has actually had Osama bin Laden killed or his death faked in order to boost their popularity in the next election.
Trump, we're just waiting on you to do it. Any day now. And then...
Trump probably will do it. Be quiet.
He's listening right now. Trump, you haven't accepted any of our offers before to come on, but I'll extend it again. You were here and you didn't take it up, but if you want to come back to Johnson City, we'd love to have you on. Others. These are some other conspiracy theories that I guess...
Through Facebook?
No, I don't know. This is what I haven't read yad. I ran out of time to read these. I had to keep some of it to Brandon and not know what I'm talking about. So in 2002, the FBI's top
Sorry.
counterterrorism official, Dale Watson, said, quote, I personally think he, Osama bin Laden, is probably not with us anymore. But that was in 2002. Then anti-war activist Cindy Sheehan stated, quote, if you believe the newest death of OBL, you're stupid. She further stated on her Facebook page, quote, the only proof of bin Laden being dead again is that we were offered by... What? Being dead again that we were offered was Obama telling us that there is a DNA match between the man killed by the Navy SEALs and OBL. Even if it is possible to get DNA done so quickly, and the regime did have bin Laden DNA lying around a lab somewhere, where is the empirical proof? End quote. All right, Cindy. I don't know what the fact that she is an anti-war activist, like I guess kind of goes along with it, but on Russia Today, radio host Alex Jones, rest in peace, claimed that bin Laden had been dead for nearly 10 years and that his body had been kept in liquid nitrogen so that it can be used as a propaganda tool at a future politically expedient time.
Isn't that what they did to Captain America? Or
Well, they didn't do that to use him as at a politically expedient time, but something like that.
I've never seen Captain America. Please don't love me.
Aaron, I don't really like the first Captain America movie.
what? This is besides the point. Continue.
We're so
Whose
close.
show is this?
In 2002, he also claimed that an anonymous White House source told him that bin Laden is, quote, is frozen, literally frozen, and that he would be rolled out in the future at some date, end quote.
I believe that
Not
one.
to spoil Frozen 2's plot.
In a separate interview, also in 2002, Steve...
You're having no luck today.
I guess God did not want me to talk about Osama bin Laden conspiracy theories. Steve Paisenek told Jones that bin Laden had been dead for months. Jones also pointed to similar comments made by former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright in 2003. Quote, yes, we've been told by intelligence that they've got him. Bush may roll him out because they exposed that at the election they didn't do it, end quote.
I totally buy into the theory that he's been dead for a while, but Bush, forgot about it and just didn't mention it.
We're going to have to do another Bush episode. And the Iranian network Press TV interviewed Webster Tarpley and Stephen Lenman, I don't know who they are, who both doubted the official story of bin Laden's death. Tarpley said he believed bin Laden had been dead for a long time. How do these people get famous just by disagreeing with that? I could say that too when I make the Wikipedia article. He also claimed that the public was deceived by a staged announcement. Such a stroke on air. Both Tarpley and Lenman suggested that Obama's announcement was an excuse to involve the United States in wars with Pakistan and Middle Eastern nations. Host of Fox Business program Freedom Watch, Andrew Napolitano, something Italian, said that bin Laden's death could not be verified and insinuated that Obama was using the death of bin Laden to save his, quote, lousy presidency. In an interview for an article, I don't know what that word means, said, quote, such conspiracy talk is ultimately beneath Napoli and is often enlightened discussion.
Aaron. This whole article is just getting worse and worse. But I get that one. If Obama's trying to save his presidency,
Killed the biggest terrorist in the world.
Yeah, I said the same when I was trying to save my marriage.
It's Napolitano.
I'm Irish. Canadian deputy leader of the opposition and MP. Good band name. Thomas Mulcair stated in an interview with CBC television and said, quote, I don't think, from what I've heard, that those pictures of bin Laden's body exist. There you have it. And an official statement from the Taliban stated that the lack of photos or video footage is suspicious, as their own sources close to bin Laden had not confirmed or denied his death, and that, quote, when the Americans killed Muhalla Duwala, the Taliban's chief military commander, they publicly showed the footage. There's also some related conspiracy theories, which I'm excited to read right now. I'll just say quote because I'm reading them straight off. Quote, that bin Laden had been killed a number of years prior in the Tora Bora Mountains, but this information had been kept secret to encourage continued support for the war on terror. quote, that bin Laden had died much earlier than reported, and the announcement of bin Laden's death was delayed so as not to clash with the festivities surrounding the wedding of Prince William and Catherine Middleton. Quote, that the announcement of bin Laden's death was time to conflict and take Donald Trump's Celebrity Apprentice off the air to punish Trump for publicly questioning the authenticity of Barack Obama's birth certificate. Maggie Booher, do you believe
we never
any
heard
of
from Trump again.
Maggie Booher, do you believe any of those conspiracy theories?
Well, I spent half of my time listening and then half of my time remembering if I could do all my multiplication tables.
How far did you get?
To the eights. That's
Ooh.
whenever I started having some trouble. I got to 32, and then I couldn't remember what came after 32. That's 8 times 4, right? Oh, it's 40.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, you just add 8.
Okay. So, let me go back through them.
You can hold the computer if you would like. This is the first time me having a computer has proved handy once. Yeah, this is also broken.
Yeah, who?
I got a new phone and was tempted to use it, but I like having just the awkwardness of a computer in this tiny space that none of you can see. But if you ever want a tour, email me.
Like the one from Turkey where it says that he died of natural causes, because I think that's so, like, that would be so just
Anticlimactic.
yeah. And so the U.S. would be like, let's spice this one a little bit. Let's make it something a little spicier. So I think I like that one, but the Frozen one, as long as it's going to be in the next Frozen movie, would be amazing.
Tackle.
I mean, did you see the
Laden.
teaser for the next Frozen movie? It seemed pretty serious. I wouldn't be surprised if they're ready to tackle some big
There's a trailer
stuff.
out for
Yeah.
the new Frozen?
It's a teaser.
I didn't know that.
Elsa
Not a
wears
trailer.
pants, so
Whoa.
I think we're going to take on
Awesome.
Fun
Osama
fact.
bin Laden.
Every U.S. president has worn pants.
We hope.
At least once.
I think we should take it to the interweb to know that that's for sure.
Well, maybe that'll be our next conspiracy.
Which presidents have worn? Dresses.
Dresses or pants or anything.
Or kilts.
Well, it's obviously not while they're in rivers.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
really like the Kate Middleton and Prince William one.
You know what?
I don't hate, but I really don't get the hype about the royal family. So, I'm sorry if that offends you. I see a lot of emotion just flooding your face.
You
But
obviously
they don't
didn't-
matter. Like, my mom,
What?
like, they're, like, as people they matter, and as, like, human beings they matter, but their title and role as, like, whatever, like, they don't actually do anything except be public figures. They're like the Kardashians. They're the classy Kardashians of the UK.
Did you not see the Hallmark movie about William
No.
and Kate?
I hate
they're
Hallmark.
I know you do. But, like,
I'm really proud of that Kardashian analogy. I've
that
never
was
made that
really well
before.
done.
Thank you. I just thought of that on the spot. And I put that on air. Finally, something good I've done on air. Joel just
Yep.
got out of the movie. Hopefully he's listening and is impressed by me.
Hi, Joel. But, like,
Heard you friend requested him today on Facebook.
Well, I did not. I actually friend requested him last night at 1:30 in the morning.
8 times 6 is 48, by the way.
Glad he wasn't up at that time, though, to receive it, because that would have been even weirder.
56.
Maggie is still... Next week, conspiracy theory multiplication tables aren't real. It's
You just
addition.
keep adding 8. Every time, add another 8.
Yes, but then...
That's how it works.
Noah got his math degree for fun. So
I mean, I don't know what else to do with it.
there,
That sounds terrible.
Just kidding. I'll
there are
find
plenty
something.
of jobs. I was talking to my mom about it.
But back to the royal family. I love them. And if the queen is listening...
Well, you driving in a Hummer with your hoodie up is one of my favorite things. You matter in what you do.
Here's the thing, Aaron.
She also loves Bond movies. And
That's
for
pretty cool.
the Olympics, whenever they were in England or London, I don't know.
We're saving long when you need her.
I'm not good at geography. But anyways, she did like this video montage in the
Oh, I do
opening, and she
remember that.
like does it with Bond, and I thought that was so cool. What a rad queen! But it's what they represent. They represent something more than government.
Yeah.
Hierarchy and money. And
No, Aaron, we need one family that's
Monarchy.
just designated to be fancier or classier than the rest of us, because it brings the human average classiness up, so that when aliens see us and they decide whether or not
Chicken
we're
Little
too...
happens in real life.
Yeah, when Chicken Little is for real, the Disney version,
and aliens are deciding, are these people too unsophisticated? Should we just eat them? They'll see
The
our average
Kardashians will
thanks
ruin
to...
us.
Well, that's why we have the royal family to counter it out.
So it's a strong maybe if they should eat us.
Yeah.
I
I hope they do.
Can we have an alien game this season?
love
yeah, sure.
aliens. I am a firm believer in
I took,
aliens.
I probably said this on here before, but my senior year of high school, I took a dual enrollment course for 3, maybe 4 credits. There was a lab at my home community college called astrobiology, and it's about the theories of life forms on other planets. I took it.
That's awesome.
It was about aliens.
Oh.
They exist, dude.
I really wish we had, like, even an inkling of what would happen if aliens were in any way affiliated with monsters, maybe.
Did you not read?
And who might have seen such a movie and quotes it frequently if it were to be a thing featuring, say, aliens versus monster or some other ordering of those words, and who might just constantly love to utter the phrase, Susan.
This is all one big subtweet at me.
I don't think it's a subtweet, Aaron.
One time I was just reading tweets between us for the fun of it, and I came across the Susan tweet and read it. I was laughing, and Joel asked what I laughed at, and I told him that, and then I had to do it for him, and it was like pretty early on into our relationship, and I like couldn't look him in the eye when I did it. Luckily, it didn't end anything. But also, if someone ended the relationship with me over me having a really good Susan impersonation, their loss. That's what I want on. Well, that's what I want. What do we learn from Gibson? My epitaph.
Nothing. Oh. I haven't learned anything on this show.
Last week he told us what it's called. The thing that is on your tombstone. Your
Oh,
epitaph.
yeah.
Your epitaph. That's what I want on my epitaph.
Susan?
No. My whole long quote. Well, if anyone's going to end a relationship with me over my ability to do a good Susan impersonation, their loss.
It's not a Susan impersonation, though. It's just you're saying the word Susan.
Well, Bob's impersonation. Actually, be a Bob impersonation.
Thank you.
All right. Logistically speaking, whatever.
I've never seen Monsters vs. Aliens. I've never seen... Isn't that a scary movie?
No.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I can't handle Monster House. Is that what you're thinking of, Monster House?
No, I've literally never seen a scary movie in my life. I watched Coraline and thought I was going to poop my
couldn't
pants.
finish Coraline. I couldn't finish it.
I watched it with an elementary
Coraline's
school kid.
really creepy, though.
Yeah, and her name's Caroline, and she thought it was awesome, and I'm over here like... and she goes, yeah, I hate scary stuff, and I just thought it was going to be scary, so I've not watched it. And that's the end of my soliloquy.
I think actually you would love it. We're going to watch that later on. Noah, do you think Osama bin Laden is dead, alive, maybe still? That wasn't one on there, and I'm surprised if there's no physical evidence that no one was like...
No one cares if he's alive. He's old now.
Old news. Give us a new terrorist.
Yeah. Here's the thing. After a certain age, you're dead. And
That's the show,
nobody
y'all.
knows how old he is, so we just assume he's dead.
All right, and that's
I guess I think
into
he's.
his game.
I don't know. I don't even. I guess that wouldn't be too hard for them to fake, but I mean, we haven't heard from him in a while, so I guess he's dead, one way or another.
Yeah, my favorites are either died of natural causes or for the wedding.
But the Frozen one is so funny.
I want to go on and edit that it's for Frozen 2. Frozen 2. Stay tuned. It's going to be rated R for violence. All right, Noah, what games do you have prepared for us?
All right, so I didn't really... Oh, I do have an ad. We're doing a new thing where I like to have some ads or PSAs ready.
You don't have to hold this. We can put this on here.
And like my wonderful message last week, I thought I would just share another PSA for something good you can do to help in the world.
Sorry. You're fine.
So, are you ready to
Take it
grow
away.
as a person?
Is this on Google
No.
Docs?
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you hate yourself? Do you wake up every morning wishing you were someone else, like Hillary Duff or Warhorse? Does your self-loathing make you wish there was less of yourself, but you don't want to do any of the boring crap that leads to weight loss? Well, do I have news for you? Humans have a lot of blood in them, as fans of the Rambo series or Nosebleed users will tell you. Some humans have not enough blood, and so we can help them out by donating. Just make sure you find a good organization first, instead of leaving a bowl of your blood in front of a hospital. Afterwards, you may be rewarded with light refreshments such as apple juice and cookies, which shall make you feel joy for the first time since your childhood. And during the process, you'll overcome your two greatest fears, sharp needles and small talk with strangers. You'll be a better person all around. So,
But don't do it with the
ready to donate blood.
I one time, actually, a Dr. Booher story and Aaron Donovan story. One time I donated blood. I've only done it once because I kept traveling out of the country. But the lady who did it was very kind. And it started to hurt, but it was a needle, so I didn't think anything of it. Throughout the day, it started to swell. And by the end of the day, it felt like fire ants were crawling out of my arm. And it was like, I couldn't...
But fire ants were crawling out of her other arm, so it wasn't that.
So that wasn't a problem. And it was swollen to the point where I couldn't fully bend my arm. And then I woke up in the middle of the night, unable to breathe. And I called them, and they said, sleep it off. So I had to email Dr. Booher for my 8 a.m. Old Testament class and be like, sorry I can't make it to class. This was at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I just woke up after giving blood, and I can't breathe. But then by like, I had a 1 o'clock class with him. I had 4 classes with him that semester. I was able to breathe. And like, I walk into class, and Dr. Booher was like, are you okay? Can you breathe? Are you alive? And freaked my whole class out. But it was pretty funny looking back. But now I refuse to donate to them because they almost killed me.
And that was a great story to follow up my heartwarming message. Now everybody wants to donate blood, Aaron. Thank you.
Just don't do it with the Milligan people.
But you get
We hate our college.
We do.
I got a Chick-fil-A sandwich after giving blood, and that was cool. And that's
I
all.
hate the vegetarians. But I'm happy for you. I didn't mean to take away from your joy. It just didn't give me any.
I'm sorry you didn't get apple juice and cookies and had great memories of your childhood. You were deprived.
I was not a drink apple juice as a child
Neither
because there's too
Gibson
much
Mills.
sugar in it.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can get it without sugar.
I don't know. They don't even always have it in the calf when I go on Saturdays. Returning to us, because he just couldn't get enough fresh cut now, is Gibson Thomas Mills of last week's episode. He's waving vigorously with both hands.
Gib, what's the message that's on a tombstone?
Epitaph?
Epitaph.
I did pronounce... Okay, I couldn't
You
pronounce...
pronounced it correctly, yes.
Thank you. I couldn't pronounce any of the Iranian or Pakistani or Turkish names, but I can pronounce epitaph.
I made a shout out to your dad.
We didn't know if
and
you were listening in
professed
the
my
car.
love for your mother.
I did as well. He picked Cooper. He went the hipster alternative route.
Yeah.
No, what was the question?
We were just appreciating your family.
Oh, okay. Do you know Cooper?
Yeah, I know Cooper.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Wow.
You're not on the show today.
Oh,
I already explained that earlier.
okay. Somebody can fill me in later.
Yeah. You're in the breathing zone. The just breathe zone, I believe we called it.
The lights are on in here. They weren't on last week.
That's kind of what I was wondering when I came in. I don't know
I did
whose
that.
decision. I usually get here first.
Well, these lights, the other lights that no one can see on the radio, make me really hot. So I wanted the other ones this week.
And it gets really stressful for their guests, or for our guests, when they feel less hot than us. So
That's what I'm feeling currently.
can't deal with that star power.
I'm really bad at my 8 multiplication tables. Which one was I on?
You got up to 48. 56? Was it up to
Yeah,
56?
then 64, and then
Gibson said no.
72.
You're just adding 8 every time.
Oh
Okay.
my lord! What's up with both of you all telling me how to do my multiplication table?
Well, that is a multiplication table.
There's nothing
I don't-
to do, it's
Multiplication
just
isn't
there.
real. It's just
So
a
just
lot of
add-
addition.
Anyways, so 72, and then 80, and then 88, and then 96. On to my 9s.
3 is where I struggled. I stayed there for almost 2 months in 3rd grade. One of the kids finished and got to mixed multiplication table quizzes before I had gotten to the 4s. He skipped 7th grade.
Yeah.
He went on to become a prodigy.
President of the United States.
I did most of mine in
I
one
think
day.
he's from Ghana. I don't think he actually can. His name's Kwaku.
Okay.
Yep. Noah, did you prepare a game or did you say you didn't have time to?
Oh, well, I didn't write out anything, but I do have something that I think we can help Maggie with,
Okay.
Oh, is it math?
if you'd like.
No.
Okay. Well, Since Aaron and I like to leave our guests feeling better about themselves, if not worse, than they came in, I was wondering if we could figure out a nice path for you to become just a gigantic celebrity star.
Okay.
So we're going to be your new coaches for stardom.
Okay.
We are celebrity coaches.
So what talents do you have?
I can...
She's the lead of the musical.
I was gonna
No,
go with I can make my tongue touch my nose, and like it goes for farther than most people.
And you can win America's Got Talent with that, but it's not going to get you any further than that.
I can almost pick my nose with it.
You're like the giraffe from Madagascar. What's his name?
Or Stitch.
Yes.
Breathe. Just kidding. Just kidding. I couldn't even, I felt mean as soon as I said it. Oh, that was aggressive. I apologize.
It's because you read that article.
Everything surrounding Osama bin Laden's death is too aggressive. More aggressive than it needs to be. You can listen on our YouTube episode or read the Wikipedia
Avril
article.
Lavigne's death was a lot more chill.
That's the kind of celebrity I'm trying to go for. Isn't
Okay, well, can you
She
sing?
just released Christian music, but
What?
also, yeah.
You talk about this every episode. Can you sing?
Yes.
I assume if you're in a musical theater as the lead,
Yeah.
In a musical theater.
I assume that you've sang before.
I have indeed.
How many letters of the alphabet can you sing?
I can do it forwards and backwards.
I meant more like, all right.
He wanted you to count to 26.
No. Okay.
I refuse.
So you can be a singer.
That's true.
You can be a
they could do
singer
a
slash
duet.
actor.
Okay.
Like,
Did you hear about the former American Idol contestant that got accused and caught of running a drug ring in Virginia?
Carrie Underwood.
No.
You're wearing Carrie.
I am wearing
Oh.
Carrie Underwood merchandise,
So which show are you going to go for? There's The Voice, which I
wait,
see.
she doesn't have to go on a show.
Are you going YouTube for stardom?
Yeah, you'll have to be a little racist if you want to make it big on YouTube, though.
no.
So I
thank you.
recommend a different route.
We could do The Voice, American Idol.
Or you can
back,
change your last name to
Ameri-
Paul.
Maggie Paul. No, you're not allowed to.
No, thank you.
As another coach, I'm.
Okay,
We're
yeah.
like, you know,
YouTube, if YouTube stardom is not what you want.
No, thank you.
okay, I think we have America's Got Talent, American Idol, or The Voice. Which route should she take? My vote is The Voice. I see you doing really well with Adam Levine.
Thank you. Me too. But I really like whenever
Jennifer
Jennifer.
Green with his little.
I would probably do The Voice because American Idol isn't what it used to be. It went downhill after Adam Lambert did not win. That was when I was in 5th grade, and I voted every single week. I started wearing eyeliner because of it.
I didn't know he didn't win.
No, he did not. Chris Allen won. Who is he? We don't remember.
I still hear
Daughtry
his
didn't
song
win either.
on the radio sometimes, though.
Which one? The like
It doesn't have a name, I don't think.
the
Just on there.
dun-dun-dun-dun. No, that's not it.
No, I think you just
Gibson
start that
is
as like a game
breathing really
show.
loudly over there towards you.
Well, that's what he's supposed to do. In the Just Breathe zone.
Wait,
Um,
so it was The Voice, American Idol, or what?
All right, let's move on. You won a big singing competition.
Okay. What's
Now-
my genre of music that I do?
That's your choice.
I see you becoming like Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born.
Wow.
You have that in you.
I'm gonna cry. Thank you for holding my hand for this. That would be an honor because I love Lady Gaga and I love that movie. And if you haven't seen it, it's out on
Coming out
DVD.
to Redbox tomorrow.
It's out on Redbox?
Tomorrow. I've researched it.
Yummy. Okay, so I would probably want to go for like a pop retro with like all of a sudden I burst in some rapping and someone's like, whoa, we didn't think she could do that. And I was like, yeah, now I'm going to do it in another language. Just one of those. No biggie.
All right. What's your first big song going to be called?
This is my tray bake because I love the Great British Baking Show and I watched the tray bake episode last night and that's the only thing I could
This
think
is
of.
my tray bake. Okay.
Is there? Never mind.
What's
We're
it
on Milligan
about?
College Radio.
Okay, never mind. All right. What's your first album going to be called, and what's it going to be about? Are you going to explore any big
Concept
themes?
album or just fun pop songs, a dance album?
Jeez Louise. I kind of thought, like, well, I could do, like, educational pop songs, like the School of Rock.
There was a rapper. He was at Warped Tour. It had Polek Flow.
Who?
I'm gonna look him up while you talk.
Well, I
But
don't-
that you were the one that was going somewhere with that story.
I can't remember who it is.
Is it Run the Jewels?
No, I do like Run the Jewels, but hold on. What? Flow like Poe. MC Lars. He is a somewhat educational, funny rapper, and I'm gonna play you all Flow like Poe after this. Talks about inanimate.
Inanimate.
No, pentameter. What's it?
Iambic.
Iambic.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. This is so stressful.
Well, we're getting it out of the way now, though. You don't.
Oh, well, maybe the album's about how music stresses you out and how
You could do like a Hobo Johnson.
it's a
kind of
cry
album.
for help.
It's a cry for help while I'm singing and
Crying.
That's all it is. Just tears. What
Each of the songs is dedicated to one of the royal family members.
The corgis get 3 songs, one for each of them.
All right, so you got your new big single. This is my
Trey Bank.
Trey Bake. You got your new album,
It's platinum in Hong Kong.
platinum in Hong Kong. Well, all albums go platinum in Hong Kong.
Exactly.
Also in Brazil, and you have everyone commenting on your YouTube videos. Please come to Brazil.
On the
And you've
side-
met President Jimmy Carter.
Yes.
Best ex-president.
But now, it just seems like you've gone too far in a positive direction and your life feels like it's in too good of a place. No celebrity's complete without their own breakdown.
Okay.
How's your breakdown gonna go?
I think I would want to change my entire life. I've actually thought of this before. If I were to have a breakdown. And I think I would pursue, like, what are they whenever they're like,
ASMR.
how are you? And just commit myself to it.
So far, you're pretty good.
Do the phone. Do the phone. This one's pretty good.
I wonder if that do anything.
Not much.
Poop. Caleb Perney is.
Makes poop noises.
That's a part of the breakdown.
Has a crying ASMR video.
Every celebrity has their notable defecation incident.
I thought that was all presidents.
Oh, that's everyone. Presidents are celebrities.
You know who's greater than all celebrities?
Hmm.
The Queen of England.
When she drives her Hummer in a hoodie. Who is gonna be your mistake marriage?
I'm only going to love Gibson Mills. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, it would probably be with, like, Guy Fieri.
What are you gonna name your children with him?
Guy. Guy 1. Guy 2. We may have a girl. Guy 3. It was a mistake.
All right. So how are you gonna turn your life around?
I didn't go that far.
I see you being like Martha Stewart. She went to jail, prison,
Federal prison.
and no one cares. She just didn't acknowledge it. Just keeps on trucking. Became best friends with Snoop Dogg. Is cooler and better than when she even started.
Maybe I would, like, be a part of the one of those southern magazines, become an interior designer for a while, as I, like, took a step
Better
away
Homes
from
and Gardens.
Yeah, like I'm gonna take a step away from the limelight and focus on my interior design and, like, my gardens.
You can start growing bonsai trees and taking care of them.
What are those?
They're the trees
Oh
that
my
you...
gosh.
What?
She hasn't seen The Karate Kid.
Or aren't they also in Kung Fu Panda? Anyway.
It's not really copyrighted by The Karate Kid.
But I'm just trying to think of another movie she may have seen that would help spark a memory. They're the really tiny trees. Like, you grow them, but you trim them to keep them tiny, and they live for hundreds of years. My brother wants to grow one and have one very badly.
Isn't that a bush?
Mm.
No. There's one.
It's a daffodil.
My favorite.
What's your
part,
second breakdown going to be? Now that you've picked life back up.
So at this point, I'm working with a Southern Homes and Gardens magazine, and because I'm such a good interior designer, I get like an HGTV show, and I'm now a star at that.
You just broke Noah.
Well, I have to continue.
That is
this
quite the
narrative.
breakdown.
Well, I thought this was my rise back to fame.
No, we're past that.
Noah's
Jeez
enemies
Louise.
are the Property Brothers. My
They're
enemy-
the worst.
They are. What's your least favorite property brother?
I honestly don't know the difference.
Good, it's both of
between
them.
My enemy is the Pioneer Woman. I just want to put that on air because she's my enemy. A follow-up question. Who is going to say, sorry, that you are their enemy? Like, what celebrity is going to, like, put a diss track out about you?
I know you all probably didn't watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
Nope.
Well, on Ari's season, that was last year, there was this one chick, and her name was Crystal. And she got really mad at a girl, and she was, like, saying how she was better, and she, like, threw her hands up in the air. She's like, that was glitter. I just threw glitter. Glitter. And I want her to be my enemy, so that way. Maybe all the Bachelor contestants to despise me. So then I would just get a room full of, like, women being like, let me tell you something. And glitter. I can't actually think of what they would say.
If I bought a house and I found out it was made by a property brother, I would die.
Who's your enemy? Gibson, you're allowed to do more than breathe in this moment. Do you have any enemies?
Do I have any enemy? I have lots of enemies, actually. Property Brothers I'm not particularly fond of.
What are your thoughts on the Pioneer Woman?
I'm not aware of any Pioneer Woman.
She's at Walmart. She's the redhead that has a lot of things somehow everywhere throughout.
Is this a woman you, like, personally know? Or,
No.
like, is an advertising
She is like a HGTV or Food Network
Well,
lady.
yes, that kind of person generally.
I'm going to text my mom and see who
They
my
only have
enemy
the
is.
show because there's two of them.
I'm
Well, there's actually
on
3. Apparently.
There's a third one.
a radio.
As if the
Yeah.
world wasn't in a bad enough place.
Oh. So you
is
oppose the third Property Brother too.
That's
Is he a
just, it's
property
the
brother or
breed
is he just
zone
a
now.
brother?
So is it the fact that they're like this family, or is it the fact that they're on TV?
Or is it a combination?
I just hate everything they stand for.
That would be my second downfall, is I would fall in love with both Property Brothers.
Guy Fieri, two Property Brothers.
Huh.
On Wikipedia,
I'm practically
it says that
Elizabeth
they
Taylor.
are HGTV sex symbols.
My nightmare. If I ever get called HGTV sex symbol,
Worst stripper name. Worst band name. Worst baby name. Actually, I think that's a pretty good band name.
HGTV sex symbol, yeah, I would listen to them.
Yeah.
They'd have at least one
What would be
song.
their genre of music?
They would invent a new one. It's like, but it's really just another
It
form of
would be
indie
called
rock.
Shiplap.
They're just a different kind of pop punk. But they think that they're new.
The Property Brothers play music. It's another thing I hate them for.
Do they really?
Or at least one of them does.
Huh.
Haven't they ruined us enough?
Tom
Property
Brady's
Brothers.
my
Oh, Tom Brady.
You are welcome whenever you want.
enemy.
You,
And Bill Belichick.
you are well. You don't. That is no longer just breathe. You can say and do whatever you want in
Awesome.
this
Thank
room.
you. Awesome.
You
I
just
asked-
unlocked a new level in the fresh cut.
I asked my mom who was my greatest enemy because I felt like she would know. She hasn't responded to me
Oh.
yet. Do you have another enemy?
Yeah, I'm Nick Saban, obviously.
Well, that's everyone's enemy.
Oh, okay, yeah. But mine too.
Okay.
You're still special for it, though.
This entire episode is just going to be Aaron mispronouncing names from Russia and then
Not
Gibby
from
talking
Russia,
from the
from
back of the room without a mic pointed at him. Sorry, just everyone's name then.
Pakistani names, Iranian names, Turkish names, they're not easy to pronounce with an English background.
Okay.
Gibson, can you back me up? Have you done any international politics reading on any?
Yeah.
Start spitting some names.
Osama bin Laden. Aladdin.
That's Agrabah. I think that's somewhere
Agrabah.
else.
I did do Aladdin with some middle schoolers.
Yeah, that's right. I saw your T-shirt.
You did. I'm honored you remembered that.
We did it my senior year for dance, and I was a boo.
I do remember that picture.
You were a what?
A boo?
Oh,
the monkey?
Monkey.
I'm gonna
Nice.
find that picture and tweet it
Of you?
of you being a boo from the Fresh Cut Twitter.
I'm all about that because I wore a velvet two-piece. And not just
And
like
didn't get
shorts.
underwear stuck in it. Underwear toilet paper.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
I don't think the Property Brothers stay far away enough. They're Canadian, right? But
Oh, they are? Well, at least they're not American, right?
My sister used to hate Canadians.
there needs to be a wall
Why?
up north.
Celine
I'm just
Dion is a
kidding. Please,
Canadian, and
let's
she
not.
is literally the love of my life.
She met someone from Canada and now she's okay, but like almost throughout all of elementary school and maybe most of middle school, just like legitimately hated all Canadians.
Had you all listened to Celine Dion at that point in your life?
Do you know who else is Canadian?
Who?
Justin Bieber,
I
Drake,
don't know. Yeah, Justin Bieber.
Carly
that's all
Rae
he did.
Jepsen.
Huh.
You know Carly Rae Jepsen's like over 30.
What?
No, she is. I'm Googling it.
What am I looking for? Maggie Booher, you're the first person to pop up.
Carly?
That's right.
Tag pictures of you. I know Abby's added a picture of you as a boo.
Is our episode still going?
Yeah.
Wasn't it supposed to end 2 minutes ago?
Well, we
It ends when we want it to end,
Oh,
and
That's cool.
What
Do you
power?
want it to end?
Oh
We're waiting
my-
for Maggie's mom.
She's 33 years
Mom,
old.
Ha ha ha! I knew it!
My mom's just being a butthole right now because she's like, everyone has an enemy, and that is their enemy. I'm like, what?
I just
my enemy is Satan.
How old do you think Rebecca Black is?
All right,
She's
guys, it's been a
a
real
year
fun
younger than
time,
us.
but I think I'm shutting this down.
All right, tweet us your enemies. Bye!